today's episode. How are you doing? Welcome. So it's almost 2 o'clock. No, it's past 2 o'clock. It's more than 2 o'clock. I can't remember, but it's past 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been tidying up and doing stuff at home, mostly eating breakfast. And now I'm going to go for a bike ride. I'm not going anywhere specific. I'm going to listen to that Tim Gunn. I wonder if Tim Gunn had a podcast. Everyone seems to have a podcast nowadays. I will be listening to that Tim Rice podcast whilst biking. I've been using the word whilst a lot lately. And you can too. With these easy do it home sort of. No, I don't know what I was trying to do there. So join me as I go on a bike ride. Just had this great idea. Wait. Can you see all those books? They are sort of travel books, and I used to collect them. I had a lot that I bought second-hand. But then I realised I wasn't travelling as much as I sort of thought I would, and some of the countries I don't want to visit that country. So I gave most of the books to Magnus, who travels a lot, or used to travel a lot. Now it's sort of, I know, there's some sort of travel ban going on. I don't know what. But anyway, I found this. You can't see what it is? Well, I'm going to turn this mother. It's a book about Stockholm. So I thought, how about I start looking at Stockholm the way a tourist would? Right? Good. So here's an overview with Stockholm area by area. And as you can see, or some of you can understand who's Swedish, Söder is this island here, and there's really nothing on it that's worth visiting. So this is the old city, and this is something green, and this is something orange and something blue. So, let's do something red. So people, I am now standing on an island in Stockholm called Söder, which means the south. And it's the biggest island of Stockholm, and it used to be an island where workers worked. No, workers lived. But it's not anymore. Now it's kind of chi-chi. But anyway, we are going over there. That is the old town of Stockholm, and that is not part of that. That is another island called, Riddarholmen, the Knight's Islet. So the Knight's Islet is sort of almost an island, and now it is an island because they sort of turn it into an island. But we are not going there. We are going there, to Gamla. First, I thought I'd tell you why the name of Stockholm. Stockholm is made out of two sort of words. Stock meaning trunk or tree trunk, I guess, and holm, which is holme, which is islet. So this used to be the islet, or that, the old town used to be the islet with lots of wood or trunks. And I think they used it sort of, they're not quite sure why that is the name, but they think it has something to do with, not that there were lots of trees on the island, but that they used it sort of to protect themselves from enemies. I'm not sure about anything of this, I'm just, riffing. Let's go to Gamla stan. It used to be really hard to get to Gamla stan from Söder because they're building this, or they're tearing down the old bridge, and this is a new bridge, and you don't know quite how to get up onto that. And then I had to there used to be a easier way. Now I have to go from here up somehow and over that bridge. Fuck it, I'm never going this way again, because it would have been easier to just stay on the island and then up on the part of, I'll explain later. No, I won't explain. This is just too tiring. It wasn't that hard, just annoying. I am now inside or under the bridge, coming up through the bridge. And this here is the old city, Gamla stan. Okay people, so here I am with my guidebook on one of the squares in the old city. I do not know what the name of this square is, but maybe I should. I mean, for your sake. So, is it even a square? I don't know. I'm going to look it up and then I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to act as if I always know. So I looked it up here, but I could have just read it over there on one of the signs. This here square is called Kornhamnstorg, which means the harbour of corn. So I guess they had a harbour here and they had corn. Not corn, not popcorn, the other kind of corn. Isn't there another kind of corn? I think there is. Like rye or something. So anyway, sort of Stockholm, is started with this old town, and it was sort of almost like a Venice, a colder Venice, and not as rich as Venice was. But it's built on a lot of little islands, and they even did as they've done in Venice. They sort of enlarged them by putting rocks and stuff onto the sea, to enlarge it. And the thing is, I think it's sinking. Oh, they said it sank. It sank. No, not sank. It's or maybe they've done something to it. I don't know. I'm full of information, aren't I? Yes, I am. Welcome. Thought we'd do this by numbers. And the first number is 1, and that is the Royal Palace. So let's go there. Where is it? It's there. So I really shouldn't have stopped here. I should have continued over there. So let's go back, and then we go down a road called Skeppsbron. I'm really not very good at this. Yes, I am. I'm really good at this. In the meantime, when I yes, this is what I'm going to do. When I just keep talking, I'm going to do this. Now I'm standing at the Royal Swedish Palace, but I am also standing at this great statue of a king. This king here is Gustav III, and to me he's one of my favorite kings, and he is my favorite king. He started he turned Sweden civilized. He tried to turn Sweden more civilized. He started the Royal Opera. He was very interested in theatre, in language, in costumes. They think he was gay, and he was shot at a ball at the opera, a masked ball at the opera. So they really should. I don't know. I think there are operas about that. I don't know if there is anything else written about it. I mean, there should have been a movie, a TV series, musicals, right? So there has been some sort of defense building on this island since the 10th century. So the first castle here, called Tre Kronor, which means 3 crowns, was built here in the 13th century. One of the earliest royal families here, the Vasa family, turned that palace into a Renaissance palace, and then it burned down in 1697, and they built this instead. I wish they hadn't. And I will now be reading. In its place, they talk about the burned down palace. In its place, the architect Nicodemus Tessin the Younger created a new palace in Roman style with an Italian exterior and a French interior, toned down by Swedish influences. The palace's 608 rooms were decorated by Europe's foremost artists and craftsmen. And it is quite impressive inside. Let's get a closer look. I really should have read through the information before going out, but I had to capture the light. So that's the reason this is I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, Royal Swedish Castle. The king and queen does not live there. They live in another castle outside of Stockholm, which is older, I think, and more beautiful. I think it's older. Yes, it is older. Maybe. History is my strong suit, as you might have noticed. So King Adolf Fredrik was the first. Just one. for whom the bell tolls. Well, King Adolf Fredrik was the first king to move into the palace in 1754. And I mean, it is kind of impressive, isn't it? But it would be impressive if they built it today. Right? That's almost all you can say about this castle now, because if I want to tell you more, I need to go in, or I need to sort of be very specific, like this way. So that's all for today. I'm now going home because I'm freezing. I'm just going to give you some close-ups of the castle, maybe, but I won't say anything because I don't know anything. This, by the way, is my view. That is the National Museum of Art. That's a bus. And these are just impressive buildings. And that's the castle again. They are repairing the facade. And this is the square where they have the changing of the guards. And Stockholm is sort of filled with these stone lions since there were a terrorist attack 5 years ago, I guess. A man sort of drove a truck through a crowded street, because I don't think they've been there before. They're really nice though, looking like that, so it's not sort of just some boring clump of concrete. But anyway, I shouldn't be talking, I should be showing you. It's kind of nice with the lights. Shut up. Me. So that's it. I think I might go back later on when it's warmer or earlier. Or I might have a friend with me there so we can talk about it, or I can interview someone. My brain is not that big. I can't retain information. What is interesting is that the old town hasn't burned down, that it's still here, and I will show you, because it's filled with this sort of narrow passages where fire would easily have spread. Oh, this might not be one of the closer ones, but oh, let's go up here. So this is an old Swedish phone booth. And well, it didn't look like this when I was a child, but I think it's really impressive, isn't it? Looks like a rocket or something. You get in and then you sort of disappear. Keep going. Look at that, narrow passages. And there are even narrower passages. Like this one. Now we're coming on to Square, which I think is, there used to be a market here. I'm not sure. I feel this urge to talk all the time. I shouldn't. I should be singing, really. 'Cause I've a lovely voice, and by choice I choose to sing. It's my thing. This is the Nobel Museum, by the way. And let's go home, 'cause I am famished now. And in the 60s and 70s, it was really unpopular to live here. It used to sort of people thought it was dark and sort of not sanitary. And then something happened, and now this is one of the main shopping streets. Now it's really sort of impossible to get an apartment. Well, it's impossible to get an apartment anywhere in Stockholm. I had a friend he used to live here and he moved because he's so full of tourists and well, not really nice to live, he thought. He had his bathroom 2 floors up. So the street we are walking on now is called Stora Nygatan, which means the big new street. So I guess there is a smaller new street somewhere, or an older big street. There would be an older small street as well, right? If this was thought through. But maybe they tore down the old small street to make the new big street. Je ne sais pas. Oh, look. So in the beginning of the pandemic, when I sort of tried to make myself do stuff, I went to secondhand stores almost every day, and I've been doing that for years. But now I decided, and I went past 2 of them and I saw, oh, they're having queues now because like they're only letting a certain amount of people in. And I decided I won't go to a secondhand shop for the rest of January. And also January is when I start losing weight, and what I am going to do, my plan is I won't eat anything after 8 o'clock at night. That is sort of, because I don't want to turn into something sort of horrific. I mean, with the coronavirus going on, it's sort of like food is one of the things I can do, but not eat after 8 o'clock. I won't eat nuts unless there's nuts in a recipe where you sort of have to have it. I am sort of addicted to peanuts. And what else? Yeah, no snacking, but eat food. Like when I cook. And I tried counting calories, and I think the food I am making from that magazine, they sort of always are in between what's allowed for, you know, what should be. So anyway, join me on my quest for a better body and something to do. I wasn't going to do any shopping today, but then I realized, wait, I need to do some shopping, so I'm going to put on my posing pouch mask and go in there and buy some bread and some, what was it, hummus. Yes, because I'm going to eat, when I come home, I'm going to eat that falafel thing, that vegan kebab stuff. So yeah, see you on the other side if I don't see you inside. So this is a really good mask because I almost choke on it. Look, I'm all wet, it's condensed. So people, I give you my wonderful vegan kebab lunch. And my neighbour's playing a song called If I Need Love, I Hold Out My Hand and I... Can you hear? Bon appetit. So people, suddenly it's 8 o'clock almost, and I have to eat before that, or I have to start dinner before that. So I'm going to have those scallion noodles that I made yesterday. Yes, no, the day before that, I don't know. I'm going to have them anyway with a great big salad because this is not much. So people, here is dinner. That's scallion noodles and a great big salad. I made a dressing yesterday that I really loved, so I tried making an easier version today, using just vegan mayo and miso paste. Hopefully it'll be fantastic. I haven't even tasted it so far. And I'm about to upload today's video. I mustn't forget that. I think my biggest problem in eating is not food, it's snacks. And it's lying in bed reading, and I thought of, oh, I got some cookies or popcorn, and I eat and eat and snack and snack and snack. Eat and snack and snack. So I've decided instead tonight, instead of laying in bed reading, I'm going to go take a bubble bath and read in there, because then you can't really do anything. I mean, I can't go out and get some snacks. And you don't get hungry in the bubble bath, do you? You might get thirsty. But, so that's my plan for today, because I think the first few times when you don't eat past 8 is the hardest, because I've done it before. See you, well, maybe not. I do like a nice bubble bath. I'm like Blanche de Bois, it calms my nerves. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe and tell all your friends and family and lovers how fantastic I am, and tell them to watch me as well.